How's it going, guys? It's your boy, my hype. And
Sorry. Oh, that was amazing. Sorry, carry on.
this is probably the best intro to the best podcast ever. Once again...
He just goes, hi. Oh, wait a minute. That was literal top-notch quality there.
Anyway, yeah.
Right.
So, it seems like we've been doing some stuff recently. Have you been playing any interesting games recently?
Not really, but for some reason, it's kind of a funny story. The other day, I thought they'd released the latest episode of the Batman Telltale game because I loaded up the first series accidentally because I didn't think it would be released because I would have heard about it on social media. But I decided why not load the game up. So I loaded the wrong game. I loaded the first series, and I saw episode 5 was released, and I went like mental. And then I literally set up the recording. I was like really hyped to play it, and then I realized it was the first series. So and I'd started the recording and everything, so it was really cringe. Where I sort of just stopped and then sort of sat there in my chair by myself and was just like, what am I doing in my life? How did I not realize? Like I'd loaded the game up, gone through the menu, selected my save, and had not realized it was the first series.
Wow.
So, yeah, that's pretty much all that's happened to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So one of my friends who has Fighter Z completed the arcade mode on the ultra hard, or the hardest one you can do, and you do that, and that's how you unlock the blue Super Saiyan characters like Vegeta and Goku. If you can buy them, and you can get them when you pre-order it. But for some reason, when we both pre-ordered it, we didn't get it. And so he just grinded it out and did it. I haven't done it yet because I'm not good enough, pretty much.
Good job for him. Was that Scuppity Scup?
No, that was Alistair.
That was Zamba VHG. Can we shout him out on anything? Twitch or YouTube or
Twitch channel. I'm not sure about YouTube. The YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah. If you actually played anything, you've been pretty focused on school. I know that. But...
Yeah, I've actually been going through a bit of a difficult time in regards to YouTube because the whole 10-second average watch time has kind of been getting to me. And like I've realized,
I know mine's worse, but still.
Yeah, like it's difficult to just realize actually, I've got really bad watch time, and if I focused on a specific thing, then I could actually be a pretty decent channel.
I don't think it's that because a lot of channels do multiple things. It's just that they have a fan base that, like obviously I'm subscribed to some people just because they're the only people who do the type of videos that they do, and they do them well, and that's the reason I'm subscribed. But a lot of other people, most of my subscriptions are because I find the person enjoyable to watch regardless of what they're doing. So
yeah.
I don't really know too much about that because I haven't really done too much research. But yeah, I mean, all I'm saying is you don't have to necessarily do one thing,
Yeah. Well, actually, also in other good YouTube news, as of today, I have been demonetized on YouTube. I did the whole 1,000, 4,000 thing, which is, it's also not exactly great for making you feel better about stuff. But when you're doing stuff, what can you do? When you're not reaching those things.
Sorry, it's the way you said that. When you're doing stuff, what can you do?
Well, I assume stuff.
But I kind of know what you mean. But my videos weren't monetized anyway, just because I hadn't made an account and stuff.
Well,
but now it's like even further out of reach because the only thing that was stopping me was like my age, pretty much. And that was it. But,
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
now it's like ridiculously.
Yeah, it's pretty much ridiculously difficult, but I did really enjoy...
It's not impossible, obviously, but...
Yeah, but I did really enjoy being a part of my network, and, although that's pretty much over, I'm glad that I had the time which I had, because at the point where my YouTube channel was probably doing the worst, it would have been doing the worst if I wasn't doing... Because, this is weird to say this, but, there was at a point where I think all the people who had been subscribed to me started unsubscribing to me. But I was in the forums for my network, freedom.tm. If you guys have got this and you want to help me out, then you can go over to you can join their thing with a affiliate link, freedom.tm/via/pipe or something like that. But like I really enjoyed being in their network, and they just the comment sections of their videos and the forums and the discords were probably where I got quite a lot of my current viewers. So if you guys were from Freedom, hi, and hit me up on Discord or something, because I'd like to talk to you again soon. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that was very bitty. I don't know. I didn't know what I was going to say when I started that, let alone when I finished it. So yeah, shall we? Do you have anything to talk about video games? Which I hope you do, because it's your section now.
Well, to be fair, I mean, I've just been. I have a tendency to buy video games and not play them too much. Do you know what I mean? I buy like a lot of games, and then I'll play them for like a couple of weeks, and then there'll be another game. So, and it's very like kind of stupid because there is only a few games. Like Dragon Ball Fighters, I've played that sort of consistently, just because it's really easy to play and you can pick it up. And if you can't be bothered trying to beat like tough opponents online, you can just hop into the story mode and destroy everything. So the story mode's ridiculously easy. The arcade, and if you're looking for an offline really difficult challenge, there's the arcade as well, which is ridiculously difficult. So it's like there's a lot of ways you can play it. You can play it like really high intensity, but you can also just chill with it, which is why it's so accessible, at least for me as well. But I bought Dissidia as well, and I haven't played that too much. And it's primarily because I never really bought it for the online, and I know it was a team free, so it sort of brought a new online element to it. But I never really bought it for that. I bought it for the story, and since the story is literally just a gallery of cutscenes, it's kind of off-putting. I didn't feel like motivated to make a video on that where I just sit there and watch a cutscene. I made a couple of like match videos, but at the same time, I never really felt like I wanted to play online too much, just because offline was easier, because I spent like an hour waiting for someone to, because you have to wait for 5 other people, don't you? So it's not very it's not like you can hop in and have a quick game.
Yeah.
So most of the time I was playing offline, and don't get me wrong, I really like trying to sort out the teams, playing different people with the different characters, and it is a really fun game, and I love the gameplay. But the story was what I mainly bought it for, and now it's just a little bit disappointing, so it's why I haven't played it as much. And yeah, the story, personally, I find the story of Dragon Ball FighterZ really good, although I do prefer, obviously the cutscenes aren't something you look forward to in a fighting game most of the time. It's mainly just the boss battles and stuff, the super tough opponents. But considering that in the story of the Dragon Ball FighterZ storyline, it's just like the opponents aren't necessarily hard to fight. They just have a load of health, and it's just fun just to destroy an opponent that has like 10,000 health. But yeah, I mean, that's what I've just been playing those, to be fair. I haven't really played too much else. I might be playing Tales of the Borderlands soon, because Chris bought me that, so it's just like may as well play that, record that. But Horizon's the game I've been playing the most. Like, yeah,
I did enjoy the Horizon I played, because I have actually done some videos on Horizon, but they're currently only really accessible for Louis, so I'm gonna have to try and get them off him, because I can't. It takes too long to download them for 1080p 60 FPS of like an hour's worth of recording.
I mean, I can handbrake him if you want. People keep telling me I should keep handbraking, because I always complain about how long it takes me to upload when I'm uploading like a 4 gig video.
Yeah, well, actually, I found recently a video codec, which is actually like really small, but yeah.
I mean, the Horizon DLC is really good, but it's I want to make videos on it constantly, it just motivates me to make videos. But at the same time, the past like 4 have been Horizon, so I kind of need to shake it up with maybe throw another Dissidia in there or something. I can even like record some more PC games because I barely play PC, to be fair.
Oh
Everything that I
yeah.
used to play on PC, it's sort of I've sort of just started buying those games on console because I prefer it.
Well, like I guess you kind of have like a niche audience. You especially. That's why I feel like you have more potential on your channel than I do on my PieIpe channel because, like, I don't really have anything which is unique about my channel which people would subscribe to me over literally anybody else for.
Hmm.
The videos which do the best seem to be the talking to a camera, giving my opinion videos, but like they're not exactly the most creative, and they're not the ones which I enjoy making the most. I mean, I do enjoy making them, but they're not exactly like they're not. I'm not as satisfied with them as say the Gmod Funny Moments video I did.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like I suppose the ones where you voice your opinion, it just lets people get to know you a bit better, don't it? So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's at least how I see it. But I want to do more videos where it's like post commentary because I'm very bad at it, but I want to get better at it. So I like topics about video games I want to talk about, like in shorter videos, like small games that I play and things like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I might do when I finish the DLC to Horizon. I might be like talk about the fact that its DLC is actually successful, and that's the way to do it, not like a season pass. I mean, I know you can get a definitive edition and all that of the game, but it's not expensive compared to a lot of others, and it doesn't have constant DLC with constant what do you call it, like skins for different weapons coming out. None of that. It's really just like the different weapons do different things, and it's actually worth getting the definitive edition. Or I don't think it's called that. I think it's called the ultimate. Something, a different edition where you get
Yeah.
the DLC. It's a full pack and it's paid in itself. It's not just like an extra £4 for some cheap content that doesn't
Yeah.
change your game in any
It's not
way.
like World of Warcraft, for example, where it says that the game only costs what how much does Warcraft cost again? Like the base
I don't
thing?
know,
It's
isn't it? Well, the base thing's free, but you have to pay for like membership time.
yeah, it's a bit like it's actually really expensive per month, isn't it? I find I was googling it recently and it's like they're like it's this expensive. Why? How can you really justify making this cost so much? But I guess like it's a good game and it's pretty famous, and I think I've kind of lost my train of thought here.
I like it. No, but all I'm saying is I'll make a video on how to do. I mean, obviously I'm no game developer, but from a gamer's point of view, the way to do DLC is exactly how Horizon's done, in my opinion. I don't personally think that I am. I'm not liable to. I'm not very likely to buy a season pass, ever. But
Yeah.
if Horizon brought out another expansion for 20 quid that was, titled something that implied a story and it was said to be similar to the Frozen Wilds, I would not hesitate. And partly that's just because I really like Horizon, so I might be a little bit biased. But if Horizon were to bring out, a skins pack and you get like, I wouldn't buy that just
Yeah.
because I don't like cosmetic DLC. It's almost pointless. So
Yeah. Well, like for me, I think you can consider the way that like because DLC I don't tend to get. I think the only official DLC I have is the premium DLC on TF2, which you get from buying anything from the store. But I didn't actually buy anything from the store. I kind of just I bought something from the store, but pretty much instantly sold it on the market for pretty much the same price. So I lost a grand total of 5 pence on that DLC. Um,
nice.
but I am more the kind of person to buy cosmetics in games, but I wouldn't buy. I don't buy anything on Fortnite. I don't know why anyone would really, and I don't buy. I mean, I buy CSGO items, which I feel would be worth something in the future. but the whole
Hmm.
gambling related problems with CSGO items is probably the main problem with how it's done in CSGO. So, you've got problems with all ways of doing cosmetic items, but with something like DLC, something like the DLC for Horizon Zero Dawn, because I watched a bit of you playing it, and it looks like a smart plan.
Yeah, just because I mean, even games like FighterZ, they bring out DLC. Like, granted, it's got cooler characters, and personally, I don't know what's worse, whether it makes a difference to the game or whether it doesn't. Because if it does and it's online, it can be unfair because someone who spends money on the game will have a massive edge. I mean, I've beaten people with the blue Vegeta, but I personally think I don't know why that it seems to be stronger. But games like Fortnite, where it literally, I don't think they have any bonus stats. They don't do anything extra.
Yeah.
It, it's okay if you go against them because it's like, yeah, it's not affecting the game really. But
Mm.
at the same time, it's almost worse that they bought it because it literally doesn't do anything to their game. And don't get me wrong, like I'm all one for customization. If there's a character customization, I'll spend hours on that alone.
Yeah.
It's just when it's online and when they're charging so much, like EA sort of just we all know what they do with season passes, and it just clearly does not work. So I hate to see loads of games nowadays just buy into this season pass, like
Yeah. But the crucial
really.
difference between like Fortnite and EA games essentially is Fortnite's free. So to have cosmetic items in it, I guess that's okay because you don't actually pay anything for the battle royale game mode. But
That's
if
true.
you've
That's
really
true.
enjoyed it and you want to support the game developers' work on it, then you could justify spending £15 on a guy in a black suit or a a statue, a topless statue with pink underpants or whatever it is. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, maybe not £15 on one outfit alone, but I know they did like a bundle. But also, it's really annoying when you're scrolling down the store page and it just has all of that, like,
Yeah.
because there's so many items. But yeah, I mean, it's not a massive problem, but it's when it becomes like, for instance, For Honor. They didn't do it very well, in my opinion. I mean, the DLC they brought out was good, but the cosmetics and actual game change, it had game changing attributes. So if you spend any deal of money on that game, really, you're gonna destroy most people. And unless you were putting literally your entire life into that game, you weren't gonna match him.
Yeah.
It's kind of annoying, to be fair.
Mm.
It it was still a great game because it had a good story mode, in my opinion, and it was just fun with friends and just a really cool concept. But I think the reason it died so quickly is because uh, I don't know, when I played the Conquest mode, which is the main multiplayer mode of play. It's you saw if you have enter a match with someone who's got triple your armor rank, you just quit basically, just
Yeah.
because it's not worth it.
Yeah, it's not worth the time you'd
Uh,
spend on it. And then that's why,
exactly.
and like, because, did you ever hear about the time in, I swear it's Warcraft, that, no, I'm talking about Warcraft again, but
Mm.
what happened was there were these two really good players and everyone knew about them. And so whenever they were in a fight with them, because with Warcraft you can say whether or not you accept a duel, uh,
Mm.
the main problem that they had was because they were so good at the game, people were refusing, just straight up declining every single time, and they never really got to compete against anyone. So they created, they both bought new accounts, one called Papa Smurf and the other called Smurfette, which is where the term Smurf came from, essentially. So a
Fair enough.
little cool, interesting story there, but you can see um, why people would consider doing it in something like um, For Honor. But I think something
I
which,
mean, yeah, but in For Honor, you can't really choose, and I mean,
yeah,
I'm not saying I didn't ever quit, but it's just almost it just takes the fun out of the game when you get completely destroyed. And I'm all for a challenge. Like it's fun and it's gives you a rush when you beat them with like skill or if you play really defensively and things like that. But sometimes it is just annoying, especially if it's a game that you want to just hop on. That's why I'm so glad that since Fighters is a fighter game, I didn't think they would ever do something like start changing, and they haven't. Because if they did, it would have destroyed that game. But
Yeah,
luckily, it's actually a great game.
yeah, because like generally, like if you're like looking at esports and stuff, and you want to get the right balance of challenge and challenge and ability or whatever, you want to have something as a challenge. You want to have something roughly 4% above your capabilities. So,
where did you get that statistic from?
that's from a book which someone wrote about exponential skill growth.
Fair enough.
By a YouTube channel which I found, which I actually really feel deserves a shout out. eAthlete Labs, they do a lot in regards to motivation to do esports, which made me waste a lot of time over my holidays. So not so great, not so pleased with them about that, but they're very good. But like if you're going up against someone, let's say 25% better than you, then you're going to get frustrated and you're going to get mad and rage and quit and stuff. But if it's like close and if it's dealable, then you'll want to continue. It's like, oh, that's fun. I almost beat him. I'm going to try again against someone else of his level. But yeah, like something. The main thing which I want to see with a game like For Honor though is a battle royale game mode. Like, it would be so cool to play a melee battle royale. I feel because they're all getting a bit samey at the moment. Like, there's barely any difference between H1Z1 and PUBG. I know I'm going to get slaughtered for saying that in the future because but PUBG.
Yeah, I mean, right back to what I was just originally saying. Like, if they brought out another Horizon expansion, I mean, it obviously depends whether you like the base game. But if they brought out another one, just considering it expands the map as well. Like that, it's just like they're slowly adding more, and it's not pointless. It's not just like short couple of quests. Like, it's good DLC, or at least what I deem good DLC. But
yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's pretty much all I had to speak about, really. I don't really have much else. I also played Rhyme. I think I mentioned that last time, though.
Oh, yeah, I watched your video about Rhyme. That looks like I was actually there when you started downloading it. For some videos which should soon be going up. It is a really good game. Yeah, I've put some of those videos up on my... no, Louis put some of those videos up which we did together on his channel, but I haven't really had the motivation to edit, especially with my current... situation with YouTube. So yeah, there's some good videos of that coming up. We did a good Dragon Ball Fighter Z couple of videos and a bit of something else. So yeah, that'll be coming soon. And I feel like I constantly plug on this channel, on this series. Sorry.
Yeah, but I mean, just real quick. On my channel, at least, there's going to be less video because I post quite a bit of Horizon, but I'm going to aim for maybe one a week. I think it's decent, just because I do need to spend more time, especially with school and things like that. So I'm not going to have as much time. Just expect less content in general, but constantly, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So like shorter videos. By that, are you trying to say, or?
No, I mean, not necessarily shorter, but once a week, it might be a walkthrough, it might be something else, but I'm putting out at least 4, I think, maybe.
Yeah.
At least the last week or something similar to that. So that's why it's sort of slowed down a bit.
Yeah, and of course, I'll be doing some podcast episodes on this channel, and this channel won't be completely dying. I'm not completely quitting YouTube. I'm just taking a break from it because I've got some stuff to be doing. Got some priorities to make.
Having a wank? I mean, what? Sorry, we had to get rid of the PG label at some point. Okay.
Yeah, I've decided to do away with PG-ness because, you know, my content isn't actually really PG. I wouldn't feel comfortable saying that it's PG. I wouldn't let 10-year-olds watch it. Maybe 10-year-olds, but definitely not like 7-year-olds and stuff. So,
Sorry, can we just this is just to my future editing self. Can we get that in a soundbite? Just maybe 10-year-olds. Just pie up soundboard.
I swear, if this ever comes out when we're successful YouTubers in the pad, then I'm gonna be mad. Ah, that rhymed.
Oh,
So, shall we go on to the very first mini game of today's podcast?
yes, I think we should.
Um, so, do you want to go? 1 second. We've got to do the epic intro. Drop me a sick beat.
It is dropped.
Oh. Play some
You literally
guitar
want a
or
beat?
something.
No, I'll do it in editing. It'll be
But
fine.
I'm not editing.
Yeah, but that means it means your video will be really dumb. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Question mark. I sound like that. I thought that was a parody of Most Epic Dubstep. Pins, needles.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
Sorry for breaking your headphones.
okay. Do you want to go first and choose me a topic to discuss?
Okay. What's intonation on a guitar?
Intonation on a guitar. So on a guitar, you have this little really useful thing called intonation. So, I mean, you could be considered to be doing something about getting the right notes, which I'm pretty sure it's something to do with that, but I'm not going to say anything serious in this video because, you know, it's a joke. And so, actually, on a guitar, there's lots of people. So, do you know what an apprenticeship is, yeah? It's basically where you get paid to learn and stuff. And you can get that on a guitar. And it's like for guitarists, so some people are paid to be like guitar interns, they're called. And they just play guitars at gigs and they get paid for it. They kind of like, stand in, play for... Because actually it's quite a big problem, guitar syncing. Have you heard of it? It's a bit like lip syncing, only with guitars. And what the problem is with it is that, well, to be honest, there's just really a big collection of them who are communicating with each other. It's like a little communion, and they're called the Intern Nation. And I think that's 60 seconds.
Fair enough. Do you want me to explain what intonation actually is?
It's something to do with getting the right notes and stuff, isn't it?
Well, basically, it's. I'm just going to put it really briefly. It's sort of the balance between the bridge and the neck on a guitar.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, that's quite interesting. I guess I'm going to ask you. I'm still trying to think of something.
Hello?
Hi.
Nothing. All right.
Anyway, I'm going to be quickly. What could I ask him about? Let's see. I will.
Yeah, sure. I should. I'll do that now.
Right. What?
What are you saying?
I'm still trying to think of something to what's it called? To ask you. I'm thinking of something along the lines of definite integration.
Um. Uh. Hmm. All right, give me a minute before we start the timer.
A whole minute. Not allowed to
Yeah, a whole
Google.
minute. No, okay, just go, just go.
Okay.
What was the thing again?
Definite integration. I'll write it
Well,
down in the
definite
chat.
integration. Basically, if on PS4s and consoles they have integrated graphics cards, right? And definite integration is something you do with a computer, where you take a integrated graphics card and you integrate it into a computer, right? And it basically, because it's so definite, they have to put it in the title of the action, right? And all it is you just throw the graphics card at the computer, and it gets integrated for definite, pretty much. Yeah, and it just helps the computer run really slowly and have terrible graphical power and things like that. Yeah, the worse graphics card, the better. Just saying. You want it to be expensive but crap, and yeah, and a lot of the pros use it in esports.
Ah, so a bit like AMD. Oh, the burns. Yeah, I feel bad. Uh, that was almost it. Well, apart from the fact it wasn't. Um, so let me explain what it actually is. So in mathematics, uh, when you're trying to find, you differentiate to find the gradient of a curve, and so basically it's the opposite of a differentiation.
Fair enough.
So yeah, um, well, it looks like we've kind of done that, and there's no one to do cooking with us today. I mean, I tried to do it last time. It was just me and Louis, and did how to cook Weetabix. But I don't think I can do quite a good job, quite as good a job as your boy Eater Ipe. So, shall we move on to the esports section?
Yes.
So, in as a break from tradition, um, the next major, the next CSGO major. So, as you guys know, well, as some people know, it's probably like one of the like biggest tournaments in the year for CS:GO, and it's been held by Faceit, who have never really held a big tournament before. I mean, they have held some big tournaments, but they haven't, not recently, and not nothing on the scale of this. Like, it's mainly famous for like pickup games for esports, really, for common people like me, and some pros use it as well, like the Europeans, the European Faceit Pro League. You know, that's a thing. Um, but the main thing which surprised me about this actually was that it's being held in London.
All right.
So,
Why specifically London? They don't really need to give a reason, do they? So.
well, it's kind of where Faceit's kind of a British company, um,
Oh,
but
okay.
I just find it's
You
it's
planning on going?
yes I am. Probably going to be a little video of it, a little vlog, maybe not so little, maybe 3 or 4, who knows. Um, but I think it's actually going to be really good. Um,
Fair enough.
but
I mean, if it was different, but I just have little to no interest in CS:GO, so it's a shame that they don't do more in London.
yeah, well, it's partly thanks for bringing that up, because this is probably going to be the topic of my esports section. It's partly why I brought this up, um, because really, as some people know, some people don't. We are both British. We're from the UK at least. We currently live in the UK, and it's esports aren't really a very popular thing here as they are in say Sweden and Brazil, for example. Um, so, like, what are your experiences generally with with esports Infinite Hype? Just so that we've got a vague idea.
Little to none. I've watched possibly like one Overwatch game, and one League game, and that's pretty much my entire knowledge. I don't watch it a lot just because if I'm gonna watch anything, it'll be highlights. So it's not like full games.
Mm.
I'm not really into like the whole follow a team thing. Although to be fair, I can respect people that do follow a team. Obviously, I'm not like against that in any way, but it's just not something I'm particularly interested in.
Yeah, I can imagine because it does get pretty difficult to work it out because, for example, the CSGO team, which was about a year and a half ago, um, they're now only two of them play together. It's current, like, that's with the team I support, that's with Ninjas in Pyjamas, and now looking at it, I'm thinking, do I actually really support this team? I mean, I do, but, like, you know. But if you're interested in becoming an esports guy yourself, really, if you're watching games, you shouldn't really be supporting someone because you should kind of be concentrating on what both teams are doing, like strategically, what positions they're holding, and kind of learning from it. But
Also, the reason I don't really get into it more and pick up a team is because the player base shifts around so much. Like if you, I can imagine someone buys like a shirt or buys some merch or something, and then a couple of weeks later the whole team's changed.
yeah, yeah, it can happen. Because like when a player change is announced, it happens instantly, or almost instantly. It's like because for example, ESL Pro League, there's pretty much a game every night for most teams, and like they pick up a new player, and they're playing that night. The team is crazy, pretty darn
It's
crazy.
like ridiculous shift.
Yeah. Well, I see that this topic isn't going very well. So, if you were to look at esports, what kind of things would you kind of be doing if, say, you had an opportunity to do anything in esports? What kind of things would you look at doing?
If I had like a job in the industry,
Yeah, and you could choose anything from playing to commentating to camera work, or
I mean, I don't really know a lot, so I reckon the only job I might get is if I was editing like highlight clips or possibly like the trailers for the when the league starts. But apart from that, just commentating would be fun. To be
yeah,
fair, because I enjoy commentating anyway.
I reckon like the probably the main reason I'd get into a game like League or Dota would be so that I can understand the map and things and concepts, so that I could commentate myself. Because I like commentating. I probably should do some more of it because did I did some pretty decent ones, I think. Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, if that's what you enjoy doing, you should just do that.
Well, like it's difficult to do because you've got like at every stage, right? You want to download a demo of a game from, say, HLTV. On the website, it will show the score. So if you somehow manage to not see it there, when you download the demo and play it in your CS:GO, you will also see the score before you start playing it as well, which is super annoying. If you want to just
Mm.
if you want to be surprised by the result in any way, shape, or form, so you just turn it on. It's like, oh, well, I kind of knew that Virtus Pro were gonna win, for example. Yeah.
I suppose like as a commentator, you can't really be biased though, can you?
No.
Well, unless, although to be fair, you do get commentators that are biased depending on which ones you listen to. Because is it the same in esports, as in like regular sports, where you get to choose which broadcast you listen to?
Um.
Because with a lot of sports, depending on what venue it's in, you'll have 3 sets of commentators. You'll have the home ones, the away ones, and then some other one. And most of the time, depending on which like commentator you pick, because if, say for instance, if I like watch an away game of like the Phoenix Coyotes playing hockey, or Arizona now anyway, and I really like their commentator, I want to listen to their commentator in every single one of their games, not just like their home games. So that's why you get to choose, and a lot of the time they will be quite biased depending on which team it is. So I was just wondering whether it's the same in esports.
Well, to be honest, there's kind of like it's like that, and it isn't. So generally, there are these two unbiased commentators, which cast in the arena. But sometimes you can get like, individuals can do their own casting, sort of, and of course you get it in different languages. So when you watch like SK versus, I think it was SK versus Liquid, it was a final of some tournament or something. SK versus Liquid in ESL One Cologne, 2016, 2017, 2016. You could tell that you could tell, even if you couldn't understand Brazilian, that the the commentators were supporting SK, because SK is a Brazilian team, and something which I've noticed about Brazilian CSGO fans is this is a stereotype based on what I see in the forum comments, that as far as they're concerned, the only good teams in the world are from Brazil. Which, in my opinion, is completely wrong. I mean, yes, they do have some of the best teams in there. They have SK Gaming, which is soon to be changed. They have another team, NTC, which is okay, I guess. But, like, there were loads of people. I was on this forum earlier today, and I was having a look at the comments section, and there were thousands of Brazilians saying 3 different Brazilian teams in the top top 5, sorry, and really only one of them were in top 10, in my opinion. But you get things like that, and you don't. You get good things, you get bad things, and you get medium things, and I still don't think that I'm being very articulate this podcast. I'm so bad at
10 out of 10
podcasting.
right there.
But yeah, like, I reckon this is an idea which I want to start. If I had a bit of money to put into esports, I would start a company which, it was basically for amateurs. There's a YouTube live stream, completely uncommentated, but it's flicking between all the players and stuff, like people would do, and you can just put that into your OBS as a browser source, like I'm doing now in the video which you're watching, and pretty much anyone can commentate. And like, there's a monetization system where certain people, you can get like certain prizes for being a good commentator, but also like the entire league and games are played by amateurs and stuff. So it's just a whole way of people getting discovery. So like, as a commentator, you can get like people watching you as a commentator, and then maybe a group like Room on Fire could pick you up, or you could get employed, or like get recognized as a talent. But also the actual players themselves, you could see them. The actual players themselves, people could say, "Oh, that guy's actually really good. I'll consider picking him up." But that's an idea I'd like to do. But I've not got money to pay for servers because I'm poor.
I like it. To be fair, it is a pretty good idea, I think.
Yeah, I reckon that would be a good idea. And then you could at the end, you could have like, at the end of each season, you could have like these final finale things, you know, like have a complete LAN tournament with pretty much all esports, because, you know, it'd be nice to do it with Dota and League of Legends, not just CSGO. And
Yeah.
Get the most successful casters and the most successful players and the most successful hosts and all that to essentially do it so it's not just about the players. It's because there are probably some really talented people at casting out there which don't really get discovered because there's a group called Room on Fire of the best CSGO casters, to put it lightly.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like whenever I watch like broadcasters on Twitch or anything like that, you end up getting one where who's got like basically no followers, but they're really entertaining, and you're thinking like, well, how have they not got more? But yeah, to be fair, it would be a good opportunity for players and commentators.
Yeah, I feel like that's a good idea, which I finally had.
The one good idea that PyApp has come up with in his entire life.
And we forgot to tweet for quick questions, so I'll just Google. Oh no, we still
No, don't we have? We have ones from previous.
We have one from a previous one, which was 2 weeks ago, and we received.
Are you right there, John?
What? What happened? Did I
just went like proper tangerine robot there?
Oh, sorry. Well,
nah, sorry. Obviously, like, I'm just concerned for quality wise.
They replied to us, like literally, just the wrong timing. We'd just finished recording the podcast, before they, we just finished recording the podcast 2 weeks ago when we saw the thing, and we didn't do a podcast yesterday. So yeah. Here's a question from Nerd Luck on February the 3rd. And his question was, can I start getting paid to ask these questions?
And yes.
I'll
give you a question.
Sorry, could you cut out a bit? Could you repeat?
I'll give him one crisp high five per question.
A crisp high five per question. Yeah. That's your money. Enjoy your money. You're not going to get much more.
Wait, that's a bit offensive.
Well, to be fair, we have no income from this podcast, so we have no income to give out from this podcast. So, thank you.
Send in merch designs.
Yeah.
So I will open merch. I will buy them myself if that's what it takes.
Would you do face cam to wear merch on? Just to be completely.
I will do a face reveal if somebody sends in a merch design and we actually make it into a hoodie. And if I buy a hoodie, then I will do a face reveal.
Screw it, yeah, guys. Hit me up on Twitter.
Send in your
for some potential merch designs. I know some of you guys are pretty good at graphics. It's pretty good at art. So if you've reached this point of the video, make sure you comment Squidward down below and hit me up on Twitter. Or Facebook or Instagram. I probably won't respond to you if you send me a direct message on YouTube, because that's not really a very good way of doing things. But yeah, we want your art for our shirts and stuff.
Yeah, so you never know. If you want to be the first person to design shirt, then, get a hoodie, get on that, and we will make sure it's included.
Yeah, well, if it's good.
Well, no, John.
We have to have
get
standards.
Loads of designs with Donald Trump on, okay? Why would you not want that?
Because I'm not going to wear that. Unless it's something stupid.
So just tweet one of us, get it out there, and then, then we'll make some... I really want merch for some reason. I don't know why. I want to be included in something, okay, John? That's my sole goal, sole purpose in life. To wear a hoodie that has your face on it. I mean, what?
Well,
someone will probably send that in. Someone we know will probably send in a design with your face on it and say that's it.
They're probably going to send that face from Mindplex Banter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Anyway, guys, I think it's actually probably time for us to wrap up or something like that. So,
Yeah.
if you guys have enjoyed, make sure you leave a like, because we actually do enjoy doing these podcasts. And hopefully, these can grow to be actually a decent sized thingy on our thingies. So, yeah. Hit a like, hit a subscribe, share with your friends, completely sell out over us, and then we can hit 1 million subscribers in 3 weeks.
Oh, and post in the comments whether you're what type of Capri Sun you like best, because I personally am more of a blackcurrant guy, and I know that kills a lot of people. But I personally prefer it over the orange. So yeah, just let me know in the comments. I'm actually interested. Okay. Yeah. We'll see you next time.
Yeah. And with that one, make sure you enjoy stuff. Bye.
Nice.
Great outros.